What's going on, guys? Greek Freak here, and in this video we're going to be talking about the NBA trade rumor now that has obviously been going on for a long time. We've been reporting it. We knew the fact that this was going to happen, and now that the meeting is now done, Jimmy Butler has now requested a trade and has given 3 teams to that. But before I get into that, I want to thank you guys for 150 subscribers very much. I'm very grateful that you guys will actually subscribe and watch the channel. I've noticed that my last few videos have been doing really great, and I believe now the new Jimmy Butler video is now my most watched video, almost getting to 5,000 views, which is just great. Just thank you guys so much for that. But back into the video, as far as those 3 teams that have been announced, it has now been taken down to for Jimmy Butler personally. He wants to be either traded to the Clippers, Brooklyn Nets, or the New York Knicks. Now, as far as we do know, I feel like this very much clarifies up many things. I think the fact that this makes the Kyrie Irving duo with him very much likely, because he is moving to the 2 teams in New York. Now, as far as that works, many people are questioning why Brooklyn inside of this trade and all this, and the main reason for this is one key thing. Everybody on Brooklyn is mostly on 1-year contracts, which means they're very movable. They are not going to be difficult to move around. It's no effect to the actual team, and next year they will be a huge play for free agencies, especially if they have a player such as Jimmy Butler already there that's going to be signed there. Now, like I say, with any NBA trade request, players don't always end up going where they want to, but Jimmy Butler's obviously trying to add some leverage by saying the fact he would sign an extension to add value to him in a trade. Now, obviously, if he doesn't go to those 3 teams, he would not sign this contract extension, therefore meaning the fact that everybody else would have a 1-year rental in this situation, which means New York, Clippers, and Nets have a chance of actually having him long term and just being able to build around him. Now, obviously, I think he's picked those 3 teams due to the fact he knows they're going to have cap space after this next upcoming season to be able to add more pieces than just him around them. I think he obviously notices the fact that next year is not really a championship contending year, as if he goes to any of these teams, they're not going to be anywhere near a championship contender spot at all, and really just puts you into different situations. Now, I think Brooklyn, as far as for Jimmy Butler, actually has the best fit as far as what is already to be announced. Now, like I said, everybody's on 1-year contract. It actually does work out. Now, this is out of the 3 teams. Now, obviously, other teams do have a chance. Like I said in my previous videos, it's just not a fact that there's no contract extension. It will be a 1-year rental type effect, and they'll have to basically wow him during that 1 year that they have him under contract. So whether the team actually takes that risk is going to be up to them, but with these 3 teams, obviously you're going to see them try to pursue him, especially considering the fact that most of those teams have players that they obviously aren't expecting to be there for the long term. So as far as that, I think the fact that this is interesting. Obviously, this is a huge turmoil situation. I think that this sort of like this may be bigger than the LeBron Kyrie as far as feud, as it's just so much more public, I guess, on both sides as far as the discuss between the 2, as Karl Anthony Towns announced the fact he would not sign an extension until Jimmy Butler has been traded. So obviously both sides don't really enjoy each other as far as on the team, and really are just ready to move on to a different part of their careers. So really, I think the fact that this is very interesting. I think the fact that obviously Jimmy Butler's doing something that's very rarely done. Usually when players request trades, they want to be able to still be a free agent and move where they want to, but obviously the way that the NBA is now with the player movement, obviously he's trying to put himself in a what I would consider a pretty big market to help himself out, and also putting himself on a team that's capable of making space for other players. So guys, tell me what your guys' thoughts. Out of those three teams, which one do you think would be the best fit for Jimmy Butler? Which one do you think would be the best fit for the actual Timberwolves? I think for the Timberwolves side, I would have to say the fact that they probably would want either a Clippers or a New York Knicks trade. I don't see Brooklyn as a good fit for on their side of the deal. But as far as for Jimmy Butler's benefit, I think the Nets actually does make the most sense, even though at first I was a little bit questioning of it, but when I looked to it on paper, it actually makes plenty of sense. So guys, tell me what your guys' thoughts are, and if you enjoyed the video, make sure that you leave a like and subscribe to become part of the Greek Army today. And as always, this is Sparta.